Hello, how are you all? Oh, I've got some really cool. Tarot's really cool, isn't it? I think tarot's really cool. So here's how tarot's cool. So I've got I'll give a few kind of spirit guides. I'm not going to talk about them all here, but for the past kind of couple of weeks, couple of months, maybe 2 months, I kept kind of feeling as if maybe the Morrigan was kind of maybe sending me wee messages, and I kept seeing crows, and I would get really close to the crows as well. That's the thing. Like I would get really, and even when I was out with the dog, we would get really close to the crows before they would fly away. And one of them was actually kind of following us one day, kind of jumping in front of us rather. Um, so yeah, and I've just kind of felt like the Morrigan is a warrior. And with assisted dying, like Athena's one of my guides, but she's more of my kind of personal warrior. Especially to do with the kind of twin flame shit. So I kind of did feel maybe I need, obviously Hecate, I work with Hecate, which I'm actually just going to go and do my, talk at my spirit guide to Hecate because I just want to double check. She's cool to help me with assisted dying work. I'm sure she is, but I just like double checked. I thought, that's good to be double checked. I've never done this spread to talk to you, so I'm going to go and do that. Anyway, I'm digressing. I do work with Hecate, but I did kind of feel, nah, I think the Morrigans maybe, yeah, assisted dying. So, I use my light seers tarot. Now it's very cool as swords, and this is represented by crows. So I was like, right, that's brilliant. If I pull a sword, yeah, I think that's a definite yeah. So yeah, I just kind of did a bit of reading about the Morrigan again, just kind of writing into my. I've kind of got this is my book of shadows where I put my kind of notable readings and my spells and that and my rituals and stuff. So I was just kind of putting some notes in like the Morrigan, like what she is to me, what I kind of resonate with. It's sovereignty, death, war and fate, but that's sovereignty. And that's kind of the thing with assisted dying. It's that sovereignty over your body at the end if you're terminally ill, and it's body autonomy. Right. So that major, okay. Yes, crows are her symbol. Also it's crows and breasts, and what it is, her breasts nourish the living, but they also regenerate the dead, right? So she is that kind of goddess of the living and the dead. She is a transporter of souls, okay, much like Hecate, like goddess of the crossroads, torch. So yes, and the number 3 is important to the Morrigan. Sometimes she can appear as a hag as well. But more often than not, it's the kind of the crow's head and the breasts. She's known as the keeper of death, and she's the goddess of death. And war, and I'm just like, well, this is a battle. This is just a dying fight. It's a battle. Vote on 17th of March. So write to your MSPs, please. And for me tomorrow. So 3 cards using my light seers deck. Just like pull them. Can I work with as the Morrigan? My question was, is the Morrigan a new guide for me? And if so, maybe gives a rough kind of rough wee bit of tea in which is going to guide me. And right, first card that I pulled, 6 of swords. Massive yes. We've got the swords there. Look, we've got the crows. And this is the liminal card. And look, it's the transporter. Well, the crows are actually the transporter. So massive yes. And it's that idea of the 6 of swords. It's a liminal card. It's the card of journeying. You're traveling from rocky, turbulent, unsafe waters to the calm harbour, to the safe shores. So I thought that was quite beautiful actually. I feel a bit emotional. And also like she's helping me move on as well. Doing the campaigning. And yeah, like I did that video the other night and I was like, I'm fucking sick of talking about how my dad died. I'm fucking sick of having to think about that. But yeah, she's helping me with that, and it's swords and it's the head as well. So, and it's communication. So it's just yes. So the next card, is a Morrigan, and you guide for me, the tower, and you measure arcana generally kind of view. Like my yes and no, I need a different separate video, yes and no's, but generally I kind of do view my majors as yeses. And yeah, I mean this is all about stripping down my structures, my self-imposed boundaries, my limiting beliefs. And yeah, I mean, and I just actually started Mystic M Moon. She is brilliant. I actually went and got a 1 card reading from her, type reading. My God, like our collective readings always fucking land. Actually, go and check them. I missed them today and yesterday. But yeah, so she's done a 7-day reset with your brain course. It's just online, just work through it. And I started that today. But also, my goodness, again, this kind of realization came a wee bit later. This is me helping And this is a Morrigan helping me to help others through the very, very worst of our times. And a loved one gets a terminal diagnosis, or you get a terminal diagnosis. And I do feel like one way or another, well, the bill's going to pass, right? It's going to pass. We're going to do it. We're going to persuade our MSPs. But like one way or another, like I'm going to be needed, and I definitely do feel like doing this death doula works in my future and working with energy and helping people pass over peacefully, and helping their family and being a support. So yeah. And the third card was the Ace of Wands, which, yes, massive yes again. The aces, it's the beginning, it's that beginning of the journey. And what they always say about wands, it's your soul's path. So I'm kind of viewing that a wee bit as well. Yeah, that's actually just came to me as well. It's the ace, it's that beginning. So it could be that new beginning when the bill gets passed, when the MSPs, enough of them support it, and it becomes law. I mean, it's going to take a good, maybe 2 years kind of before, maybe the first maybe 3 years before the first kind of assisted dying death will happen. Whereas I think Jersey, they would be talking about 12 months actually. I could be talking months on that. But yeah, it is that new start in my soul's journey. So hopefully I'm kind of viewing that, yeah, the bill pass, and then it's that moving on. I'm still supporting, I'm still working, but it's in a different way, and it's really working with people who are choosing to avail themselves of assisted dying. So and as well for me, wands is your blood family as well. So yeah, I'm kind of viewing it as that destiny. This is part of my destiny, but it's also because I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for my dad. And like I remember, my Reiki master, Caroline, who used to work at Awaken in Wishaw, and she once said to me, like, if I believe we've all got a soul's contract, and my dad had a soul's contract, and maybe part of his soul's contract was contracting pancreatic cancer. It was not being able to die the way he wanted to die because of the law. It was the trauma that I've been left behind with because I couldn't help him. And that, my partner at the time, Scott, my really close friend now, the trauma that he's left with because he was the first person that my dad asked. So yeah, it definitely is that, yeah, that kind of, that blood link as well, and maybe that, and it does give me a wee bit of comfort sometimes to think, well, maybe he does sign up for it, and my dad was a firefighter, so like he saved so many lives. He works as a firefighter all his working life nearly. He started training as a mechanic, and then it was, yeah, thinking about family stability and things like that. And yeah, he then went into the fire brigade, kind of on my mum's suggestion, and he worked as a firefighter all his life. So I always kind of think, oh my God, I don't even know how many lives they must have saved in all his time doing that. And it does kind of give me comfort to think that even after his death, that his name, Robert Easton, it's not, his death isn't in vain, and that hopefully he's going to save more people. Gotta find the positive, haven't you? So I've been doing the day, that was the kind of moon reshading my brain, looking for the positive, not the negative. So there we go. And actually I didn't cry when I said that, so I'm pretty fucking proud of myself. So tarot's amazing. I think I'm going to go and talk to Hecate now. Oh, by the way, my books are open. What day is it today? Thursday? Yeah, my diary's up to date. So yeah, drop in 10% off voice messages for new clients as well. So fucking hell, I'm smooth, Have a beautiful night.